Another way that Americans are already using the Marine Highway is putting trucks on the water for part of their journey.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, Billy, how are you?
Very well, how are you?
Good, good.
All right. Down the middle to the right.
Alan Glover hauls nursery stock and produce from his home on Long Island to New England. He says that just about every night he has 2 trucks on the Cross Sound Ferry, which runs between New London, Connecticut, and Orient Point, New York.
It saves time and wear and tear. Drivers are a lot happier to be able to just jump on a boat. In that time, it's 2 hours. They can be just about anywhere they have to be.
George James agrees.
It's 200 miles one way. That's 400 miles for the round trip. Now, I've done 6 trips this week so far. So that's 2,400 miles, road miles, that I haven't been on the road. That's water miles now.
The Cross Sound Ferry runs 365 days a year, up to 58 times a day, and has been running for more than 30 years. It carries an average of 500,000 vehicles every year, of which about 25,000 are trucks. Their operation saves time, fuel, and tolls for the truckers, and wear and tear on the heavily used highways on Long Island and in the I-95 corridor. 3,000 miles away on the Pacific coast, cabs, chassis, and containers roll on and off the Totem Ocean Trailer Express Company ship, the Midnight Sun. Tote is in the Alaska service, carrying cargo between Tacoma, Washington, and Anchorage, using roll-on, roll-off ships, the type used in marine highway operations around the world. The ships on this run were specifically designed for it. They're big and they're fast. Last year, they were 90% on time, which is a critical part of their service. They make the run in 60 hours. And Tote President Bill Deaver says they carry everything from military equipment to milk for the supermarkets.
The ships begin stevedoring in Anchorage at 7 a.m. Literally, the milk is on the shelves of the store at 8:30 in the morning. The ships are reliable. The stevedoring productivity on the ships makes the cargo available. Therefore, the major retailers do not have to have warehousing in the Alaska market based upon the performance of the ships in the market.
The stevedores who work the ship help design it. Another aspect of the ship design highlights another benefit of using the Marine Highway, preserving the environment.
When we built these ships, we designed them specifically for the Alaska service, and we included certain environmental aspects of the ship that are very friendly to the environment, such as the fuel is all contained within a double-hulled area. The oiler water separators, we installed 2 rather than 1. The ships in general are much more efficient and less polluting than steam-powered in general. But we're not stopping there. We're going to continue to look at ways to reduce the sulfur dioxide emissions, CO2 emissions, and particulate emissions from the ship.
Water transportation already helps the environment with fuel efficiency and could do more with improved ship design. Water is also one of the safest modes of transportation, especially for transporting hazardous materials. There are more than 14,000 transportation-related hazmat incidents yearly. 84% of those occur on highways, near passenger vehicles. Meanwhile, water transportation carries 15% of the nation's chemicals and 36% of its petroleum products, and provides all this and leads to only 2% of the hazmat incidents. Using the many benefits of waterborne transportation is going to take investment and imagination. The idea is already gathering support in Congress. Representative Elijah Cummings, who chairs the subcommittee on Coast Guard and Maritime Transportation, has urged the nation to build new port capacity and to encourage the growth of short-sea shipping, which is another term for the Marine Highway. Representative Stephen LaTourette also supports the use of waterborne transportation to relieve congestion in the transportation system. pointing out that it would also be of great benefit to many segments of the maritime industry. Representative James Oberstar, who chairs the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, points out that Western Europe has successfully integrated waterborne transportation into its overall system, and that the United States can afford to do no less. Some Americans are already making the Marine Highway work for them, and we can make it work for all Americans. It will take investment in infrastructure around our ports and new ways of thinking about our transportation system. It is a challenge that we must take up.
Our economy is completely dependent on our transportation system, and it's getting more so each and every day. And because of that dependence on our transportation system and the growth in areas that we're seeing bottlenecks and congestion, we have got to work aggressively with the private sector, with state and local governments, with the public to find ways to expand the capacity of our transportation system within fiscal realities. And so what this effort's all about is to get the public, state and local governments, industry, behind the utilization of one of the greatest resources this country has, and that's our waterways.
America's waterways are vast. The possibilities for using them are almost infinite. They can support the movement of goods and people in a cost-efficient, effective, and environmentally sensitive manner. For America's transportation system, a bright future with greatly expanded horizons lies on the water.